So here is the second part of the successful series 50 Geography Facts Most People Get Wrong. In this series, we are looking at the most confusing and misunderstood geography facts in the world. In the first part, I discussed the more rookie geography facts. This part could even surprise some real geography nerds. Before the video starts, I would like to mention that most of the returning viewers will probably know these facts. Starting with Africa. It's a continent, not a country. To be honest, I also believed it was a country when I was a kid.
You stupid.
Tulips. Despite popular belief that the Netherlands is the origin of the tulips, it's actually Turkey. Turkey introduced it to the Netherlands, and now they are the #1 producer and exporter in the world. Other examples are coffee, which is believed to be from Brazil. Once again, Brazil is the biggest producer, but not the inventor, it's Ethiopia. And French fries, which is from Belgium, not France, and the potatoes were Dutch. Another misconception is that sharks are only saltwater animals. That's wrong. The Mississippi River in the United States and the Zambezi River in Africa are among the most dangerous rivers, just because of the very aggressive bull sharks that swim inside the river. But it gets even scarier. These creatures also swim in lakes. Bull sharks are also common in Lake Nicaragua. Due to increasing temperatures, they are making their way into more lakes. Before we move on to the next fact, I'd like to bring up today's sponsor. Ever since I'm traveling with a motorhome, I'm able to travel to countries all over the world. Still, I couldn't watch my favorite streaming services because the server was never available. With Private Internet Access VPN, I'm able to watch Netflix, which is my personal favorite platform, in multiple countries around the world, and I have access to servers in 50 US states. These are some of the many advantages, but what I like the most about Private Internet Access VPN is that I feel secure again. Whenever you're browsing on an unprotected device, you are not safe from hackers, internet service providers, and others. They're able to steal personal data, including sensitive information, photos, and your passwords. A VPN hides your IP address and safeguards your internet connection through an encrypted tunnel. Private Internet Access VPN is one of the few VPNs that support P2P file sharing, and is the world's most transparent VPN provider, with over 30 million downloads. By clicking the link, you'll get an 83% discount on Private Internet Access VPN. That's just $2.03 a month, and you'll also get 4 extra months completely for free. There is also a 30-day money back, so signing in is completely risk-free. Become a member today with a special offer using the link in the description. Here's a small overview of what you get with Private Internet Access VPN. Take your time to see if it's something for you. Although Maine is believed to be the easternmost state, it's actually Alaska. Alaska with the Aleutian Islands crosses the line between the western and the eastern hemisphere. To make it simple for you, the Aleutian Islands are on the left side of the line, meaning that if you'd go all the way to the right, you stranded on the islands. The fun thing about this is that it is even further east than most of Russia. Alaska, despite popular belief, is not the least populated state. They are home to 733,000 people, while Wyoming is home to 586,000 people. Also, Alaska has the longest coastline, not Florida. That of Florida is 1,350 miles, while that of Alaska is 6,640 miles. The capital of China is not Shanghai, it's Beijing. The capital of Russia is not St. Petersburg, it's Moscow. The capital of Morocco is not Marrakesh, it's Rabat. The capital of South Africa is not the largest city, Johannesburg. They are Bloemfontein, Pretoria, and Cape Town. Now, many people think Norway is the longest country, but it's not even close. It's actually Brazil. Because Brazil has a more round shape, people don't assume it's the longest. Brazil is, however, 4,400 kilometers long. Chile is 4,270 kilometers long. And Norway doesn't even come close with 1,770 kilometers. Brazil is even that long that the south of the country is further from the north than every other country in South America. One thing people find fascinating, but is wrong, is that Denmark is the biggest country in Europe after Russia because of the size of Greenland. Greenland is, however, not part of Denmark. It's part of the Danish kingdom, and so the kingdom is indeed the second largest, but not the country. Now, some people think of Russia as the biggest country in Europe. Others say it should be completely in Europe to count as biggest country. If that's true, Russia, with a size of over 17 million square kilometers, would be the biggest on the planet, but not the biggest on any continent at all. One misconception on the same topic is that France, with all their overseas territories, is the largest. That is, however, certainly not true. These parts are not in Europe, and so they don't count. It's different from Russia, since they would still be the largest with the European part, with a European size of 3.7 million square kilometers. Talking about overseas territories, French Guiana has its own flag, but is not a country. It's an overseas department of France. Although people call it Vatican City, that's not the right term. The actual name is Holy See. Also, Holy See is not a country. It's actually a sovereign state completely landlocked and surrounded by Italy. In the earlier part 1, I also made a mistake. Switzerland actually doesn't have a capital at all. Bern serves as capital, but it's not officially a capital. Now, many people assume that Australia is the largest island with a size of 7.69 million square kilometers. This is not true. You see, Australia is the largest area completely surrounded by sea, but it's counted as a continental landmass. This means that it meets requirements like size and landscapes, so that it's counted as a continental landmass, and a continent or continental landmass can't be an island at the same time. Speaking about islands, many people believe Indonesia to be the largest archipelago with over 17,000 islands. They are, however, not even close. They are 6th after the United States, Finland, Canada, Sweden, and Norway. Newfoundland, a part of Canada, is not part of Canada for that long. They became a part since March 31st, 1949, before they functioned as a colony of England. I think most of you know this, but Taiwan is not a country on its own. It's part of the People's Republic of China. 25 countries, however, do recognize Taiwan as a country. Another example of this is the Western Sahara, although I do think this is up for discussion. Many believe it's a country. The United Nations, however, see it as a disputed non-self-governing territory, and the territory of Western Sahara is partially controlled by Morocco. I personally do think it's a country. Now, this probably sounds weird, but there are still people who think Hawaii is a country. Of course, it's a state of the US. It, however, is the only with the Union Jack on their flag. Some people think that Dutchmen and Germans share the same language. This is, of course, not true. The German language sounds like this.
Rindfleisch-Etikettierungsaufgabenübertragungsgesetz.
While the Dutch language sounds like this.
Keukenrol pastasaus.
Mount Everest is not the tallest mountain in the world. While Mount Everest is the highest peak above sea level, Mauna Kea in Hawaii is the tallest mountain when measured from base to summit. Most of Mauna Kea is underwater, making its total height greater than that of Mount Everest. Nowadays, we say that there are 7 continents, with Asia and Europe being separate continents. Europe and Asia are traditionally considered separate continents, but they are actually part of a single landmass called Eurasia. The division is largely cultural and historical, rather than based on geological or geographical factors. Despite popular belief, the Amazon rainforest is not the main producer of oxygen. The majority of Earth's oxygen comes from marine plants, particularly phytoplankton. The Great Barrier Reef is not a single coral structure. In reality, it is composed of thousands of individual reefs, and is the largest coral reef system in the world. Now, many sources say that Venice in Italy is sinking. It's not true. It's just the rising sea levels that are causing problems. So these were 30 more geography facts most people get wrong. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. And make sure to click the link in the description to claim your special deal of private internet access for only $2 a month. Anyway, thank you for watching.